Thank you. Thank you. I was having some technical difficulties. I couldn't hear you, and I couldn't ask for the speaker tab. I had to come in and out of this thing a few times.
I started it and had to come back myself. So X is undefeated, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad you guys could see what we were focusing on today, and it's important for you to know that these levels are repeating phenomenon. They're not hidden from you. They're very specific things. They're not complicated, and by having them, it gives you a grid. Okay, and on that grid, over the last several days, it's all you need to be worrying about. If you know what you're looking for in terms of where price may gravitate to, in other words, the draw on liquidity, it doesn't matter if you're trading in a 1 hour range scalping. It doesn't matter if you're trading the PM session, the lunch macro, or the morning session, or London, or pre-session. If your PD arrays don't overlap and lay on top of some key level, like a gradient level in efficiency, like a new week opening gap, a very large, significant first presented fair value gap, new day opening gap, opening range gap, like the regular trading hours opening range gap. You can see now that there is a usefulness to them where everybody else that would be using it, like they all, like orbs, orbs, the big buzzword in the last 2 years, opening range breakouts. Have you noticed that we're not breaking out anything? Like we're not trying to guess a breakout. We're waiting for price to trade to a PD array that's laying on top of one of these levels. And the precision that what we're looking for and how it delivers off of that, it's there's no competition. There's literally nothing like this. And it gives you clarity. It gives you a reason to sit on your hands and wait for a very specific thing because you're anticipating. You're not reacting. You're not reacting to a breakout. You're not looking for a break and retest. Okay? You're looking for a level to trade to that we're already waiting for. We're stalking. That line at that time is the watering hole. We want to see the antelope come down here and get a drink. And then it runs. And we know what we're looking for because of the draw. You can look at a crowd of animals. We're not at a watering hole. If you know there's crocodiles in there and a cheetah, a lion comes at them from one side, they're not just going to jump in that
Response.
water. They're going to look for the easiest point of escape with the least amount of resistance. That's low resistance liquidity run conditions. They're not going to go in that crocodile water unless they have to. That's the last resort. Well, if you're taking trades based on a last resort, I got to make money because I got to pay my bills. I quit my job because I'm trying to make money. See how that complicates everything? You're forcing high resistance liquidity run conditions in markets that may not be high resistance. So we're looking for very specific things relative to time and price. Price are based on these key levels. Okay, these very specific quadrant levels. If you're not looking at price like this and you're trying to pretend that you know my stuff and you're using order blocks and fair value gaps and stuff, you're guessing. And that's why you're failing. That's why you're not seeing the consistency. That's why you're not seeing precision. That's why you are struggling and you're not finding the confidence and continuity that's available to you if you start doing it the right way. So I'm anxious to hear, what people see in this. Do they see there? If you don't see there's any value in it, then tell me. But tell me why you don't see it. But if you do see value in this, or if you see a change in the direction of how you're going to look at price action using them, that's what I'm here for tonight.
So the term PD array matrix was put on its head and spun all around like a top in today's lecture. That's what happened. You literally blew the entire community's mind. And me as such an ardent follower who is so in love with all of your concepts. Tonight's lecture, you literally like the emoji where there's like the mind blown thing, the emoji blown. Yeah, that was tonight. That was literally the term key level and time. Time and key levels were explained in a way in today's lecture that I think it's very difficult, even for a newbie, to really be like, wow, okay. And then if you've been studying with Michael for a long time, matrix, PD array matrix, grid, a matrix or a grid. And then these arrays that are forming, where are they forming? Why do only certain ones matter? Why is there a space of where you're in no man's land was what Michael referred to in the lecture today, because you are. But if you're not part of the mastermind, if you don't understand the mentorship and how to trade the correct way of what a correct key level is at the correct time and price, ladies and gentlemen, has been unlocked and explained by the mentor. That's my TED Talk. Let me bring up Nico Suarez.
What's up? What's up?